Hello everyone and welcome back to UE5 BP Guru. It's been a little while since I've done a devlog. The June one, I'm a bit late with the July one. The June one was about a month and a half ago, but we're still in July, so it still counts. And I've got a few updates, a few new things to show off, a few things to talk about for the future of Ringmon. But to begin with, I thought I'd do the update on Cornwallington. Now, if you remember before, there was still a lot of placeholders in Cornwallington. But you can see now we have these lovely, colourful houses in place. Now, these are very reminiscent to some of the houses that stand out in Nuki. We've also got a couple of new buildings down here. The first being Flalip Fashion, which is going to be where players can buy a few different customizable clothes, or they can go there to change if they need to, things like that. But this is one of the first new buildings that I actually did. It needs some work. I'm not entirely happy with the design, mainly these kind of front windows. I wanted that kind of pressed in kind of effect, but I think it does need a little bit more update. But I do like the sign, although that does need a little bit of a rotation there. It's not exactly, oh, that's a bit better. But yeah, overall I like it, but it needs a little bit of messing around with these front windows. The second building I've now done is the Touse Hole, which is based on a actual building in Cornwall called, I think it's called the Mouse Hole. But Touse is actually a Ringmon in the game that will be around, and he will be a little mascot inside this building, and it's like a restaurant. So you'll be able to go in there and explore as well, get some missions maybe. The houses, obviously one of these will be our starter house, and then there'll be like a rival's house and a few other buildings you can go in and talk to NPCs. And of course the next two buildings I will be redesigning is our Ring Mart and of course our Ring Center. I will change the names, but overall I've been messing around with things like the shaders and the outlines. We've obviously got this new outline on a lot of the objects. Overall things just really need a bit more of a retexture more than anything. Obviously the lab needs its windows redone, and you know, very luckily very simple easy fixes that we can do over time. I want to retexture this stone wall as well. So there's a few things that need to kind of change. Obviously we need to fill out the beach as well with a few different items like parasols and blankets and things. Maybe some surfboards to kind of bring this a bit alive, because this has been looking a bit boring for a while now. So there's a couple of things still need to be done in here, and overall it's more just about adding in sort of smaller items now, so like lampposts and post boxes and you know, other NPCs, benches here and there, you know. So it's just some things to kind of make it feel a bit more lived. It's a bit empty if you ask me, but overall I'm pretty happy with the buildings I've done so far. I need to obviously do all the insides as well. But lots of work still to be done on Cornwallington, but it is getting there, and I'm hoping in the next month when you kind of see it again, it will have a lot more kind of life to it. Obviously Route 2 hasn't really changed too much. The only thing I really want to add into here is like NPCs and things like that, but overall this is kind of near enough done, to be honest. There's not too much to be changed here in the terms of looks. Maybe redo the stairs and give them a better texture, but other than that I'm relatively happy with Route 1/2. I have, and I'm not going to show you too much of this over here. This is the second town you're going to be visiting, which is Brislington. Again, I might change the name, but Brislington's what I've kind of come, not Brislington, it was Brisling, I think. But anyway, it's the next town over, which we will explore when it is a bit more complete. But it is all laid out. But one thing I did want to show off today was Dean Forest, which is going to be kind of like the first proper sort of exploration area you're going to get to enter. So without further ado, let's head on in. So you kind of come out, you'll sort of teleport to here, this little location here, and as you can see, it's quite big. There's a lot to go on in here, but it is laid out exactly how I want it. We've got this little river area which you'll be able to capture a couple of early game water Ringmon or aqua Ringmon. here. We've got, this is going to be like a little campfire area where there'll be a few NPCs, maybe a mission to complete for in the forest. And we have our first sort of ruins. Now, there's going to be a few of these dotted around, sort of special area locations within the game where you will be able to kind of jump onto some in-game events that will allow you to sort of battle some stronger Ringmon, mainly sort of like our legendaries and our mythicals, if you will. Ours are called Ancients, and there's another one that I'm not going to talk about in today's video because it's a bit early. I want to talk about that when we kind of get closer to a release. But this is where we're going to be kind of, these are the sort of areas you'll find in game which will be accessed through events. But those are I'll talk about when we get a bit closer to a release date. But yeah, so this is the first one to go into our game like this. It is kind of like somewhere where legendary will spawn, but there'll be NPCs around here in the meantime, and missions to collect and things like that. So there's basically three main areas. If I zoom out a little bit so you can see kind of like the full area, there's three sort of main areas here. And then obviously you've got the rest of the path that leads out of Dean Forest. There's going to be a ton of creatures to capture in here. Again, it's very early doors, but realistically, I hope to, again, like Cornwallington, add lots of details and sort of little bits you'll be able to kind of find out and explore in here as you go on. Obviously, there'll be the usual, the NPCs to battle as you work through, and obviously you've got the patches of grass already in here, and you can already run into here and encounter some of the Ringmon that we have in the game. The other thing, now obviously, as we're creating this as an MMO, by the way, I just wanted to explain that a lot of this will be explorable as you kind of travel around. There will be some barriers of areas you can't go, like I'm going to add some rocks into this bay so that you can eventually surf out into the bay. There'll be Ringmon to catch in the water, and obviously you can kind of explore these like beach areas down the line. So there's lots of exciting things to kind of come into the game. There's a lot of work to be done. And one of the things I wanted to talk about is we are looking for some extra members to join the Ringmon team. Now, of course, you know, being that I'm a solo developer, things are a little bit harder to sort of kind of get people on board. I am talking to someone at the moment, but I will leave all of that kind of stuff till the next Ringmon update next month, when we can actually show you a few more things and obviously talk about a few more of these things. I don't want to kind of jump the gun and make presumptions that haven't been put in place yet. But the hope is Ringmon's looking really, really bright. The code wise, I haven't done too much on because I've been working on sort of adding in these new details, but of course I've been very busy this past month because I have like 4 birthdays and a lot of family commitments this last month. But hopefully going forward I'm a bit freer now, and we'll be able to kind of push ahead with a lot more of this world building stuff. The code stuff is kind of all near enough there. I've got a few other things I need to work on down the line, but most of the code is there. It's just a case of now world building, and there's a lot of it to be done. So hopefully you'll experience a lot more updates over, you know, as each month goes on. You'll see a lot more coming into the game, and I'll be able to show you a lot more now. But hopefully, if you've liked this, hit the like button. It helps for more people to be able to see this. And of course, if you're not already, hit that subscribe button. It's free to do, and you can always change your mind down the line. And it'll keep you updated with all the Ringmon information if it's something that interests you. And just before, if you've made it to the end here, I'm going to give you an extra little bit of a treat. There are 18 creatures in the game, and all of these I'm happy to show off at this point in time. So I'm going to head over to here where it should be. They're all here. I've tried to make them size correct for you guys. So if you've made it this far, you get a little sneak peek into all of these creatures, and I will give you the names of them from left to right. We've got Spike Hog, we've got Lizard, we've got Tootie, we've got Nimbug, and its evolution there is Pupbug there. So you've got its evolutions there. We've also got Maggie, and of course I'm sure a lot of people have seen the starters at this point. There's Tailflame, Herbadger, Oster. We have got Growhopper, and we've got Hitmantis there, its evolution. Oh, behind there, I missed that one. That's Dime Fish. A lot of these have been shown off, by the way, guys. So if you're seeing these and you're like, yeah, we've seen these, a lot of them have been shown off. We've got Yorkie. We've got her Badger's Evolution there, Shrub Badger. We've got Kipler. We have we've got God, his name's eluded me now. If I click on it, will it show me? Oh, Fornetric. that is his name. Dietrix's Evolution. That's what confused me. And then we've got Nimbug here as well. So 18 new creatures in the game currently. We are going to be working on loads more in the future. And Antiger. I missed Antiger there. Sorry, apologies. I missed Antiger. So the hope is that we'll have a hell of a lot more in our roster going forward. Hopefully you like them. If you have a favorite or you think one of them looks the coolest, leave a little comment. Tell me which one you think's the best so far. Personally, my favorite here is Tootie. I love Tootie. He's a great little addition. It's very cute. One of the ones that I definitely will be going for early on when I start playing the game. Hopefully early next year, or late this end of this year if I'm very, very lucky. But that all depends on how we get on world building. I want to give a decent portion to the game for everyone to see. I have been working on a lot of maps and stuff. So yeah, very small update today. I'm going to just dodge so you don't really see that area too much. I know I've shown it off accidentally a few times. But yeah, Cornwallington, still working on it. I'm doing insides next as well. So I think I started on Taos Hole. So that's being worked on already. So hopefully by day one, there'll be loads for you guys to sort of see and do. And that's what I'm aiming for. I want a very big world. We've already got multiple regions being worked creature-wise. So there's going to be an absolute mammoth amount of Ringmons for you all to sort of hunt down and find. And yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this update. And I will see you in a month's time for the next update, which hopefully I will bring some lovely and amazing news for Ringmon and for you all watching at home. So thank you so much, guys. Much love. Take care. And I'll see you soon. Bye.